How's everybody doing tonight? Hopefully, everybody's doing well, having a good night, had a blessed day. Hopefully, everybody's doing good. Man. What's up, y'all? How's everybody? Dows, how you doing? Bosnian, how you doing, brother? Honda Mommy, how are you? Alley Cat, it is the last day of June. Mandy, hello. G'd up. Cray Cray, what's up? Mike D, Joe Watson, what's up? Jessica, how you doing, Jessica? Randy, Betsy, Samantha. How is everybody doing? I hope everybody having a great night. It's Barnes, baby. What's up? Tara Marie, A. Nunez from Houston. Misty Lee, what's up? I'm good, Jessica. I'm sorry to see that. I'm sorry to hear that. You could ring my bell. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I send my condolences and prayers for peace. Bree, Felicity, Timothy, Joseph. Okay, from the UK. Amber White, how you doing? Nasir, Dottie, Mikey D, what's up? Manuela from Naples. Well, thank you. Amber White, how y'all doing? Connecticut, okay. Well, I hope you find peace, man. That's not easy to deal with. Isaac, how you doing, brother? How are you? Carrie. Yes, Joe. Yep. Alley Cat. Yeah, absolutely, Alley Cat. Only at night, right before I go to sleep. Like you see, it's 10 o'clock. I didn't even Rebecca, how you doing? I don't even hit my pen yet until I lay down in the bed for night. That's when I use my pen. I don't like the way it makes me feel. Um, you know, it's I just use it to sleep. It helps me sleep. Um, Thank you, Megan. You can. There is dis- links in the description. How you would like to donate. It just all depends. Also. Um, yeah. So if you'd like to mail stuff, you can mail stuff to the shop. Anything you want to do. Um, you can do. Yeah, Mike. It was. It's listen. It's been an extremely. Pia, how you doing? Skater boy, okay. It's been an extremely like long and trying past couple weeks, man. Um, to say the least. Nah, no word on the car accident yet, brother. Justin, how are you doing? Hopefully all is well. Joe, Jose, what's up, brother? Yeah, it's been Wendy, how you doing? It's been it's been a long couple weeks, and as of recently. So a lot of people on here on the YouTube channel that maybe yeah, Jess, I don't want to be like that. I hate getting like that. I don't like that, man. Um, oh, thank you, Megan. Wow, that's awesome. Where are you located, Megan? Where are you located at? No problem, Wendy. Yeah, yeah, it's La Bonita. Hi, Edinburgh. Okay, you're not too far from me. Yeah, it's just been a long couple days. So I'll fill you in here. Dottie, I do. I have a medical marijuana license for PTSD. And it helps. I use it at night. Um, you know, that's the only time I use it. I don't like really the way it makes me feel, but it helps me sleep. So it does. Um, yeah, Mikey D. He was a little shot out. He was a little shot out. Um, but I'll use my pen at night. I'll take two puffs and it'll help me sleep. I don't have night terrors, anything like that. You know, so it helps. Any other meds? No, no. I take allergy medication at night too because I'm allergic to dogs, and you know, my dogs, I love them, so I got to take something there. Um, the CBD helps. CBD helps. Isla. CBD definitely helps. Yeah, Harry, I'm all right. CBD is great. I did take subs years and years ago. I was on subs. Samantha, how you doing? But I didn't like it. Margaret Man, 1090, what's up? Mercy's doing well. She's sleeping finally. God's child. Yeah, I'm gonna take the position as a board member. I will take the position. You know, Eddie Alvarez. I don't believe so. Yeah, I don't know, Samantha. I don't know. That's crazy, right? It's like you on point. So let me feel. Thank you, Esmeralda. Let me fill y'all in on what's been going on. So um, Sunday we went to a peaceful protest, right? And it was well, and we were planning to head to Philly early Sunday morning, but I had been getting a lot of messages and emails and stuff like that. Tanya, how you doing? And DMs, and I felt it in my heart, and also for Rachel too. Thank you, Tish. And the protest was peaceful. So we went, and Robert, how you doing, brother? And as soon as we got there, a lot of the younger brothers came severe, came you know, came up to us and told us that there was people there, counter protesters, right? So we get there, the counter protesters, they're armed. You know, the majority of them have guns on them. Lily, how you doing? Have guns on them. Have thank you, Shirley. Have, you know, long rifle, AK-47s, AR-15s, all that shit. You know, so and I want to make this clear too, that, you know, when we go to protest, we're protesting for human rights. You know, that's my position. I don't protest. I don't believe in hate for anybody. I protest to for equality for everybody, right? A lot of people are misinformed and think that that we protest for, you know, protest against police. That's not the case. We protest against bad police. You know, that's who we protest against. You know, and not all police are bad. You know, before I used to think that, but you know, if I really want to be honest and be honest with myself, I know that all police aren't bad. But unfortunately, policing and doctoring and like pilots, those are fields that we can't really have bad apples in. You know what I'm saying? Because police, they have an extremely hard job. They're undertrained, a lot of them. You know, they have a hard job. When they go to work every day, they hold somebody's life in their hands. They hold somebody's freedom in their hands. You know, they want to make sure they make it home to their family like everybody else does. So the police, they have an extremely hard job, extremely stressful, correct, exactly. They have a hard job. So, you know, long story short, we're not there protesting anybody that's good. We're there protesting the bad in the world. So we, you know, that's what we're protesting. We're protesting people that preach hate. You know, I don't care if you're white, black, Spanish. I don't care if you're gay, if you're straight. I don't care about none of that. If you're a good person, you're a good person, right? And I stand beside you if you're a good person and have a good heart. You know, it doesn't, yeah, you hear Mercy. It doesn't matter to me what color you are, what your sexual preference is, anything like that. So, you know, so I just wanted to make that clear, you know, what I protest. So these individuals were there. Like I said, they're there with guns, with, rifles, all that stuff. They're yelling from their side of the street. They're yelling at us. A lot of them are yelling racial things. They're yelling to the white people that were in the crowd. And there was, listen, Barn, what's up, brother? It's nice to see the protest because it's so diverse. There's so many white, black, Spanish, old, young, middle age. It's a beautiful thing to see, to be honest with you. So they're yelling at us. They had signs up, saying go back to the jungles, all that type of stuff. Extremely, extremely hateful and disrespectful stuff, right? So I cross the street because I see my friend who is a white woman and she's standing by herself. So I cross the street and I start talking to her. We're talking for a couple minutes, and there was a white couple, a man and a woman, and they start like bullying her, trying to get her. There was like, go over there, we don't want you standing right here. And I told them, I said, look, she doesn't have to go nowhere, so I stand up for her as a woman, I think as a man, those of us that are men, right? And stand up for women. This was in Watsontown, PA. It's about 10 minutes from Milton. So I seen this woman basically being bullied. So I stood up for her and I told her, I told them, look, she don't have to go nowhere. She gonna stay right here. She don't have to go nowhere. And then they tried to tell me, well, you go over there too. And I said, I'm not going nowhere. I could stand exactly. If I want to stand here, this is where I'm gonna stand, right? So then the man proceeded to Critical Tokyo. What's up, brother? So the man proceeded to call me like a gangbanger. Thank you, Nakaya. He called me a gangbanger, a thug. I don't, a whole bunch of other bullshit. Which is, it's all on video. I was recording it on my live. Then I'm gonna end up putting it up here. And I just told him, I was like, you have no idea who you're speaking to. That stuff couldn't be farther from the truth. And I told him, just because of the color of my skin and the way I look, my tattoos, I look probably a little rough around the edges, So I said, you're just making assumptions, and doing that stuff. And listen, Sarah, what's up? And listen, previously that would have got a different reaction out of me, a very different reaction. And I had to remember that we're there protesting in peace. Critical, send me an email at facesofkensington@yahoo.com. So, I had to remind myself we're there protesting in peace. And my job as one of the older gentlemen there, right? Because the majority of the young of the people there are young. So my job there is to make sure that all of the young guys stay in check, that they keep their emotions and their frustration in check and do things the right way, right? Which is just protest in peace. It's easy to tear stuff up and act up, and get crazy. That's easy to do. What's hard to do is be peaceful in the face of adversity when people aren't peaceful. So he says all this. Then we start to walk, and the other gentleman that was there, also with a gun on his waist, starts yelling in the face of one of the women there. She was walking next to Rachel. She had a child strapped to her chest, and she was pushing another baby. And the gentleman started screaming at her in her face. Initially, of course, as a man, once again, we can't allow that to happen. But it's done right. We intervene peacefully. So then later on that day, this was before we went to Philly on Sunday. So later on that day, and mind you, this woman, she has her children with her, and she's crying. She's distraught, to say the least. And I was sort of at the back of the crowd, to make sure that the women that were there were all right, that they don't get caught, off guard, and everybody's fine. So I just wanted to sort of bring up the rear, and the gentleman does that, right? He sort of gets put in his place. And then we're on the way to Philly, and I start getting messages. My phone starts blowing up. My emails start blowing up. My DMs start blowing up. People they're having comments on Facebook and stuff, and just being like, we need to vandalize his shop and burn his shop, and just a bunch of nonsense like that. Being like, oh, he's just drug addict, and a whole bunch of stuff like that. Which, listen, that stuff. Thank you, Ashley. That stuff doesn't really bother me. You saying I'm a drug addict, it's true. I was addicted to drugs. I know that. I share that. I'm extremely open with my past. At one time in my life, I wasn't the person that is here right now. I was extremely different than the person that you guys see now, and I think that's why I'm so loving and so patient and so kind right now, because I wasn't like that in my past. And I'm getting all these messages, but I'm also getting so much love. I'm getting so much love and support from my community, from our community. And this is something that I understand very clearly, that this comes with the territory, right? You can't expect to speak up against the oppressor and not be oppressed and criticize yourself. I get that. I understand that 100%. Thank you, guys. So I know that, I know people are going to try to throw my past, in my face. And, that stuff, a lot of time I just brush that shit off. Thank you, Yolanda. I just brush that shit off, because I'd be like, look, you have no idea what I've been through to think that some words are going to hurt me. Thank you, Nakia. Be like, look, you say words to me. You think words are going to hurt me after the stuff I've been through and the places I've been. Exactly, Isla. My past is what made me. My past is what I think helps me to do what I do. But the love is so much more powerful than the hate. And I just, and I was just put a post up, and I shared on Facebook some of the stuff that I've been going through, like the DMs I've been getting, the messages I've been getting, the hateful ones. I put some of that out there just to be like, look, I'll just give y'all a quick little a quick little peek into one of my DMs or one of my emails, and I'm showing this, and once again, so much love, and then there's also the hate, of course, with people threatening my business, threatening our well-being, and like I said, that stuff, it doesn't really bother me. Sorry. Richard, thank you, brother. Please email me, Richard, facesofkensington@yahoo.com. No, not at all, G Dot. And that stuff, like it doesn't bother. I don't fear for my safety, my family's safety, anything like that. You know, but it also it becomes taxing, and it weighs heavy on your heart and your head, you know. Especially I'm extremely in touch with my emotions, and I'm an emotional person. You know, I'm extremely emotional, and I feel sometimes more than I wish I would feel. You know, and I just don't get it. There's so many people that you know, that preach hate, and they're just like, I don't understand why, you know, why people would have mixed kids, and you know, all that type of stuff. Yeah, I'm definitely an empath. I'm definitely an empath, Bonita. You know, and they're just going on to spew that type of stuff. You know, thank you, Sarah. And so I guess I'm just Robert. Thank you, brother. I guess I wanted to get on here today and just ask you guys to send some good vibes and some prayers and some well wishes, you know. And you guys always do. And I was sort of like, I was like, all right, you know, when I was deciding what I was going to do with my evening, I just got done eating, and I was like, you know what, let me hop on here and talk to you guys, you know what I mean, and get some feedback and stuff like that, because it's, thank you, Buckin, because it's, you know, it's I guess it's good, you know what I mean. It makes me feel good, you know, hearing you guys and talking to you guys and just venting a little bit. And it was nice to I guess have this space to come to, you know. You know, it was nice to have this space to come to talk if something's on my mind or something like that, because you know, I'm not that person. Like, I don't talk, you know, when stuff's going on, I don't talk about it. I just sort of brush it over and move to the next. And I always tell people, I'm like, man, you have to talk to people, use your support system. And you know, this is my support system. Y'all are my support system. You know, and I'm thankful for you guys. You know, you guys have no idea how appreciative I am to you guys. Thank you, Paige. We appreciate you here also. Bruja, what's up? And I'm just grateful that I have, you know, you guys to come to and talk to. I would have never thought in a million years that I would have like a big family here or a community like we have, and be able to talk to you guys about my problems, you know what I mean, or something that's bothering me or something that's taxing. And I'm grateful that I do have this, you know, and that we have this, and it's, thank you, Manuela, and it's awesome. It's awesome. So I know now a lot of times what you guys feel when you know, when you guys are going through something and you come on here, come on a chat, you know, and we speak and you guys vent and stuff like that. This is probably like my first time doing that here. And I was just like, you know, I just need some. I agree, Tanya. I agree. Believe me, I definitely will. You know, it's I guess it's refreshing and nice to have you guys. So I thank you guys. I thank you guys more than you know. You know, more than you know. You guys, Critical, what's up, brother? 1418. It's nice. Thank you, Philly Bruja. Thank you very much. I truly appreciate you. Thank you. And it's nice to have this, right? To have somebody I could just pick up my phone and not have one person, but have 100 and something people to connect with, to talk, just to listen. Yeah, Lily, and I know that. Um, I know that, and that's what makes this so dope. Thank you, Mandy. I was just for anybody that just jumped in the chat. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you. It's just been like a lot of stuff going on. You know, I was filling them in over a protest that I went to on Sunday, which there was counter protesters there. Which listen, and I don't even get upset with people that have. What's up, Tamika? People that have difference in opinions than me. You know, I know that's gonna happen. I'm not gonna agree with everybody. You guys know how I feel about that stuff. But when we hate people, thank you, Tink. When we hate people that have difference in opinions and spew hatred towards them, I think that's where we cross the line, right? And that's what there was so much of, so much of. And I'm telling you, to the point where like Major was scared. He wasn't comfortable. And Major has never, and I thought about it, I was like, damn, Major has never once felt like that in Kensington. When we go there to help and to go down there and volunteer, Major never has once felt like that. He's always excited because he gets to pass out waters and the people are nice to him. And then we go to something like that, and that's what he felt. Thank you, Carla Lewis. So it's just it's a shame, to see all that stuff going on, and it's taxing. It Double D, send it to the email, brother. Send it to the email. Ashley, you can support by just doing what you do. Being positive. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. That means more to me than anything. So, and then to see my community when I shared that post of the gentleman that he was like, I think his exact words was like, we should vandalize his property and and somebody should, basically like beat some sense in him or something. Justin Hawes, thank you, brother. Thank you, Justin. Thank you. And that's what it was like, and I was like, damn. And I sat on it for like 2 days. Thank you, Charlene. And I told him, I said, look, first of all, I would never, ever, ever promote or endorse anybody speaking hate or preaching hate or destroying people's stuff. Look, I don't stand for that stuff. I work hard for my stuff. I don't want my stuff tore up, you know, and and I also believe that there's time. Sometimes there's time for there's a need for that type of stuff for revolution. But I also think that all other remedies have to be exhausted before that. You know what I'm saying? That's like if somebody's touching you, somebody trying to pick a fight with you, and you don't want to fight, you just tell them, look, I don't want to fight. Please leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. You try everything before you have to defend yourself, right? So that's what I said to them. We try everything before you have to go to Plan Z, and Plan Z is defending yourself. And it's easier said than done, especially for me. That was always Plan A, B, and C. I was always the type that was like, any type of confrontation or anything, I was ready to get busy. And now living like the way I live, that's nothing that I want to do. Nothing. Even though if I know I wouldn't face any legal repercussions or anything, I just don't want to put that type of energy out there in the world, because I know karma is real. Karma will come back and come back with interest and friends, you know. So I guess it's, you know, by trying to live differently and stuff like that. It it's not easy, you know. It is frustrating, you know, seeing all those people there. What usually is a peaceful protest, and the majority of times the protests that we've had, it almost seems like a big block party. You know, it's so much love and happiness, and it's white people and black people and Spanish people and Indian people and everybody. It's so many different people, and it's just so much love in the air. And then we go to that one, and you see these people with their guns out, calling the white people traitors. You know, they're like, you guys are traitors to your race. You know, and I was just like, damn, this is, you know, it's disgusting. Exactly, Christina. You know, and it was just sad. It was sad. They were like, you guys are, you know, traitors, and, you know, and being extremely disrespectful to the women. Exactly, Matt. Exactly, brother. And that's a brother that's very active in this community as well. That just said that, Matthew Nolan. You know, and it was sad. It was sad to see. And we know that that's not, you know, that doesn't represent that community in a whole. That's a very small percentage of that community that was represented that day. And listen, there was parts of that shit, of that protest that literally went viral. You know what I mean? That literally went viral and is all over the internet, you know, with millions and millions of views. There was a woman that she was screaming with her children, you know, about the KKK, and there's two little kids. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna see if I can pull it up on my computer to show y'all what we dealt with that day. And it was disgusting. You know, it's disgusting. I hate that anybody has to see that type of stuff. It was just extremely, extremely sad. Okay. So these are, you know, those two right there were the ones that they were basically trying to bully my friend, the white woman, you know, and said she shouldn't stand where she was standing and all that type of stuff. And it was horrible. Let me see if I can find some videos here. And you're gonna see it, and it's disgusting. You know, it's disgusting. It's sad. Right here. All right. So, mind you, there's kids. You'll see that there was little kids she's in the car with, and and it was sad that she's a mother there with her two kids, and instead of trying to teach them the right way, she is teaching them like, hey, imagine what those children are going to grow up to do or be, you know. Damn, I don't know why it's taking so long to upload. I don't know. Maybe it won't work. I never did it on here, so I'm not fully sure how to do this. Let me see. Thank you. Let me see if I can go on my Facebook and I'll show you from there. But it was sad, to see that. Um, and I think about, what I think about? I think about all the kids. How about the kids that don't share their parents' views, and they're being that those views are being forced down kids' neck. That. All right, so this is, I guess, in regards. You know, um, and this guy, like I said, I don't even know him. I don't know who he is. I don't know anything about him. But I guess he felt, that was a good idea to write and do all that stuff. Um, Let me see what else here. Here's the, you know, traitors to your own race. This person used to be a business owner in our town. You know, another one was saying they need the same guy. And yeah, used to be a business owner. She, I guess, had a tattoo shop and went out of business, because, you know, not for nothing, it was horrible tattoos. But, I'll go and I'll show you some of the other stuff. I got a letter to my shop telling me that, yep, smoking guns, exactly. Telling me that my business is going to be affected if I don't discontinue, protesting, stuff like that, which is sad. I'm a businessman, 100%. I'm a businessman, but first and foremost, I'm in the business of humanity. So when I see something going wrong, it doesn't matter if you're white, you're black, it doesn't matter. I'm going to speak up, point blank, period. So here's the video. I'll let you guys see it, which went viral.
Fuck you! We're gonna give you no peace! Bitch! You fucking bitch! You live off of white people! You fucking communist! Fuck off! Keep your HIV over there!
One more time.
Fuck you! We're gonna give you no peace! Bitch! You fucking bitch! You live off of white people! You fucking communist! Fuck off! Keep your HIV over there!
So you see that was just a small taste of what we were faced with that day, which is extremely sad. Who should have to go through that stuff? You know what I'm saying? Just because they want people to be equal. They want people to be equal. That's what I try to say in everything that I do. That I'm not here fighting for black rights, white rights, Spanish rights. I'm fighting for human rights. Human rights. That's it. Human rights. For everybody to be treated the same. For nobody to be looked down upon for the color of their skin or their sexual preference. You know, none of that stuff. It's sad. It's extremely sad to see. You know, and the one with the mother was even more disturbing. For some reason, oh, here it is. Okay. All right. So
No one's arguing that. No one's arguing that. No one's arguing that. No one over here is arguing that. We know the Democrats started the KKK. But why do they still exist?
Who started the KKK?
The Democrats started the
Yes,
KKK.
the Democrats.
No one's arguing that. No one's arguing that. No one over here is arguing that. We know the Democrats started the KKK. But why do they still exist?
two children, you know, children.
No one's arguing that. No one's arguing that. No one over here is arguing that. We know the Democrats started the KKK. But why do they still exist?
Yeah, that shit is so sad. You know what I'm saying? A matter of fact, and there is Matthew, the brother that's speaking. The voice you hear is Matthew, who is in the comments. Yeah, the kids are saying it.
We're saying that the
So,
KKK should still exist. And it should be considered a terrorist.
you know,
Why are you screaming at us?
My best friends are black. This organization, the funding goes to white Democrats.
it's
Every race is white.
disgusting. It's disgusting, to say the least. You know, and you know, I don't. Yeah, that's what is so sad, is the kids. You know, what about the kids? How are those kids gonna grow up? Right? You're already putting. This is that was in Watsontown, PA. Pat Smith, thank you, brother. Thank you. That was in Watsontown, PA. You know, where we went for a peaceful protest, a peaceful demonstration, and that is what we were met with. That's a small portion of what we were met with. You know, let me see if the other one you can see. You know, they came out there, guns, all that stuff, to protest human rights. You know, like who does that? It's crazy. Yeah, and then you know I'll show you guys a little part of this live where it's a Facebook live, and it is it's crazy to see how much hate there is for people that, you know, just want to see people do good. So this gentleman right here was this guy right here. He was Matthew's wife was the woman that he was yelling at. You know, and it's extremely sad to see. There's another shot of the woman. You know, here's, let me see how
Listen! Democrats started the KKK! Democrats started the KKK!
you know, how nuts is that? How crazy is that, right? Like I don't even know what to say. You know, like I said, I'm gonna upload. You know, here's a couple other parts of the live video that you guys can see. You know, so they were in front of this business. Let me just put this into context real quick. Okay, so this building right here, they were in front of this building. It's called the Mansion Hotel, I believe. They Yeah, I will. So they were in front of that business, right? And they were counter protesting, right? Nothing wrong with counter protesting, but what they were doing is spewing hate, racism. You know, they were making racist remarks from that property. So I told people, I said, look, that's a good representation of that business, because if that was my business, if that's my barbershop, and people are coming to my barbershop and spewing hate, they got to go. They can't stand on the property, let alone it's on my page on Facebook, Bruja. Let alone be racist or hateful because of somebody's race, creed, or sexual preference. That shit ain't going on. I'm not standing for that. Any way, shape, or form. That's not happening. So that business was accommodating them and giving them a platform to do that. So, that's just to put that in context real quick. This gentleman right here he's a corrections officer. So imagine if that's what the way he acts in public. The name of the club is the Manor. It's the Manor Bar, I believe, Manor House, something like that. So this gentleman right here that the cursor is on, he's a corrections officer. If he was spewing this much hate in public, imagine how he treats people in private. And especially those of us that have been to jail before know that when we are victimized by the officers, it's called the Mansion House in Watsontown, PA. When we are victimized by the corrections officers, they don't pay attention to us. We don't have a voice because we're prisoners, and they're corrections officers, right? So I want to show you guys a little bit of his actions. You can't see on that side, but he has a gun on him. So you can see there's a couple bikers here. There's a couple. It's a biker group, I guess you would call it, a biker club, and that is, the majority of the people that were over there. Not all the bikers there, were being racist. Okay. So this is my friend that I'm speaking with. She's a white woman. And you'll see when I begin to stand up for her, because they try to kick her off that side, the way it gets.
Some people you can't have a conversation with. Some people we just can't have a conversation with. Unfortunately. She don't have to go anywhere. She can stay right here. She don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to go anywhere. Gangbanger. If you only knew what I do for the community, right? You don't know that, though. You're just assuming because of the color of my skin and the way I look, right? Oh, he is. He called me a gangbanger. He called me a gangbanger. If only, and I get it, but I get it, brother.
We're not even in your
So if anybody knows who this man is, please tag me in the video. Thank you.
So you see, you know, that's
Well, you're in
that's
public. That's the problem.
a short, you know, you know, they're hating somebody. They hate so much that they're hating a white woman. That's a white woman they were speaking to. You know, that's a white woman that neither one of them were standing up for. This is a good example here of the brother Matthew Nalter speaking, and you could just see by the body language. You don't even have to hear what's being said, but by the body language of the woman, you can just imagine what's being said. You know, I did find out who he was, and
I don't know,
for me, it's just, you know, it's just yeah, Gita. Listen, that's what I wanted to do, brother. That's exactly what I wanted to do. But I understand, you know, that going the way I want to go, I can't do that. I can't do that. You know, going the way I want to go. You know, is that's I could have easily resorted to that, slap the shit out of him. You know, and here goes, you know. Well, you'll see it gets. Here's the lady. All right, so that's the brother Matthew right there, and the woman behind. You know, you can see her.
Jasmine,
All right, critical. I'll check it out. The CO works at Columbia County Prison. Columbia County Prison in Pennsylvania. Columbia County Prison. It's like. It's like 15, 20 minutes away from here. Right, G'd up. Listen, and that's what I like. At times, that's what I want to do. I'm gonna keep it 100. At times, that's what I want to do. Times I want to be like, all right, exactly, Trevor. And that's what I preach to all the younger gentlemen there. At times, I want to be like, all right, you want to see a savage? You know, I'll show you a savage. You know, but I can't do it. I can't do it. I absolutely refuse to. I've come too far. Because they're going to have that moment of, I told you so. I told you he was an animal. I told you he was faking. I told you he was bullshitting. Oh, wow. I didn't know that, Samantha. Damn. That's crazy. Yeah, so that's why I refuse to give anybody the satisfaction of being like, I told you so. You're not going to get that satisfaction with me, at least. And, you know, wow, that's crazy, Samantha. So I just try to keep it peaceful. Thank you, G-Dup. Listen, at times I'm proud of myself. And my family and people that know me, they be like, you know, like, damn, I don't know how you can go to these places and deal with that type of stuff and handle yourself the way you do. And at times I don't know how, but I know one thing for sure is that I know I don't want my kids acting like that.
Yeah,
so
I get scared. I was thinking,
yeah.
oh my God, he's gonna get himself in trouble. But you keep it cool.
Yeah, you know, I don't want my kids to act like that. You know, and Rachel, she just shouted out from the room that, you know, at times, thank you, Tamar, thank you, Pamela. You know, that sometimes she'd be like, you know, I don't know how you have the patience. And I just refuse to take any steps back. You know, there's nothing behind me that I want. Thank you, Justin. There's nothing behind me that I want in life. Everything I want in life is ahead of me. And I realize I'm not taking a single step back. Yeah, exactly. And I'm not taking a single step back. You know, I got goals. I got ambition. I got stuff that I want to do in life, and none of it is behind me. The road to that stuff is not behind me. It's in front of me. Exactly, Philly. Exactly, Bruja. I like that. Never leave your throne to address the peasants. You know, and at times, thank you, Maggie. And at times, you know, that shit gets, I'll be proud of myself sometimes. I'll be like, damn. I'm doing good, because that wasn't me. That wasn't me at all. I let my hands go quick and be like, all right, just is what it is. But that's not what I want. I know I have so many eyes on me and so many young kids that look up to me. And if I show them that that's all right, even if it's one time, if I show them that that's all right, they're gonna remember that. They're gonna remember that. They're gonna they're gonna remember that because they're not gonna do as I say. They're gonna do as I do. So I have to remember that and keep that firm and fresh in my mind. Yep, Justin, thank you. Exactly, Samantha. 100%. I agree with you 100% in that. My strength, it doesn't lie in in my hands or anything like that. My strength lies in my heart and my voice, and using both of them correctly. Thank you, Amy. Using exactly. Our children are always watching, man. Always. Always. Thank you, Pamela. So I know that I work hard to get to where I'm at. Very, very hard. But I'm not at my destination yet. You know what I mean? I have bigger things in store. I'm not at my destination. So I can't stop yet. I have to keep on going, even though when I don't want to. Even though when it's much easier to say fuck it and be like, all right, I'm gonna just do this and whatever it's gonna be is gonna be. Because that's the type of mentality that I've had for so long. But I refuse to have that anymore. Exactly, easy ain't worth it. I don't want nothing easy. I want everything from the muscle. I want to work hard for mine. I don't want it easy. Exactly, Amy. Listen, I say that all the time. I say the only thing I can't do is grow 7 foot tall. That's the only thing I can't do. Everything else I could do. Antoinette, how you doing? Absolute. Listen, my bar is set super high, Justin. Super high. Super high. Like, and then I was even thinking, like, I started doing some research on how to run for mayor. You know what I mean? And I was like, all right, thank you, Philly Bruja. I started thinking, I was like, I like that, Danny. I like that. I like that. Yes. I started thinking about, all right, well, maybe I should run for mayor or run for some type of office to truly, because I always tell the young guys, thank you, Sarah. Thank you very much. Thank you. Peace to your family as well. I tell myself, exactly, Matthew, don't just vote, get voted for, right? So I tell the young brothers in my community, I say, look, if you look at the police officer, right, or look at the police force in your town and you don't think that represents you, go be that police officer. Go be that judge, go be that lawyer, go be in the DA's office to make sure that we get treated fairly when we're in those positions, right? And I started saying, all right, if I'm telling them to do that, but if I have the opportunity to run for office and I don't, what am I telling? What am I, I'm telling them one thing, but I'm showing them the other. Going back to, they'll do as I do and not do as I say. Listen, even if I was to run and not win, it would still show the next man, I can do it. I can do it. And one of those young brothers that is thinking about running for office would be like, damn, I could do it, and I started looking. Sunday night, I was up till, when we were at that hotel after the live in Kensington on Sunday, when me and Rachel got back to the hotel. Thank you, man. I know you would, brother. I started looking up what it takes to be a mayor in Pennsylvania. you know, and I was like, that's a good way to lead the way, right? To show the next generation, look, if I did it, you can do it. Somebody that went to prison when he was in the ninth grade. I went to prison. I was 15 years old. I went to prison in the ninth grade. Got my GED in prison. Went to college in prison. Got my barber's license in prison. Got my barber manager's license in prison. You know, is self-taught pretty much everything that I've learned. You know, if I can do it, you can do it. Antoinette, I'm not sure. I'm thinking maybe this weekend. We have a long weekend. So I was thinking about, you know, taking the kids and Rachel and getting out of here for the weekend. Not 100% sure yet. So, you know, listen, Megan, I agree. Sometimes self-taught is the best way, you know, is the best way. And Megan, that's the brother Matthew's wife. She was the woman that was verbally assaulted by that gentleman. And he was screaming in her face. Absolutely, Jessica. You already know. All you got to do is say the word and it's done. Megan was the woman that was, thank you, Elaine Robinson. Thank you very much. You're amazing as well. Thank you. She was the woman who was verbally assaulted by that man. You know what I'm saying? And listen, to see her patience and resolve, listen, that shit made me, I was like, if she could deal with that, I could deal with anything. You know, that shit gave me strength to, you know, to deal with anything. I was like, damn, you know, if they could deal with that, so can I. So we draw strength in those times. We draw strength and we stay in contact. We message each other just to check in. How you doing? You all right? I know things been rough lately. No, thank you, Megan, truly, because seeing your reaction to that, it, you know, like that seriously like touched me. You know what I mean? To see your reaction to him when you, yes, Justin, the way you responded when you're standing up for right. You know what I'm saying? And Megan's, she's a white woman. You know what I'm saying? She's a white woman. So I feel like for her to stand up, she's taking up a fight and standing up for what she believes in and what she knows in her heart to be the right thing. You know, like, I'm serious. Like, how could you not respect and show love for somebody like that? I'm telling you, listen, my words could not do it any justice at all. I bet you are, Matt. I bet you are, brother. I bet you are, man. I'm proud of her. I'm telling you. You know, it was dope to see that. And I thank y'all for showing her love, you know, also. If you guys would see that, you would have been like, wow, you know, you would have truly been humbled and astonished by her reaction to that. She stood her ground and she stood right there, and, you know, the man was yelling and she was like, I love you. You know what I'm saying? And
I don't know if I could have done what she did.
yeah.
I
That's it.
don't know.
And Rachel just said that she doesn't know that she could have done what she did. And I don't know if I could have done it either. But by seeing her do it, I was like, you know, I can, or that's what I should do. That's how I hope to act in that situation. So thank you. Thank you, Megan. Awesome, Pat. And thank you, brother. Thank you for coming here and opening up to us and all that stuff.
I'm proud of
Exactly,
everybody
Megan.
that was
Listen,
there protesting.
yeah, everybody, that's one thing that I could say.
Nobody,
Thank you,
everybody was
Wendy.
respectful. Nobody got,
Yep.
everybody helped one another stay calm when people were getting upset.
Yep. Everybody that we went there with,
That's,
we were so supportive of each other. Everybody stood nice and calm.
helps one another.
Everybody was with one another. You know, like the way we look out for each other when we're there is beautiful to see. It's dope to see. You know, like it literally warms my heart. 9 out of 10 times, I leave those protests and I'll be like, today was a beautiful day. You know, it was a beautiful day. Like there's so much love in the air. You know, and then you meet people there, right? You meet people there that you might have seen around the community, but you don't speak on them. I mean, you don't speak to. And you see them, and I'll be like, thank you for coming. They say the same thing, thank you for coming. You know, and now the next time you see them, you're a lot more likely to talk to them. Because you know that person shares the same beliefs as I do. I own a queen, have a good night. That person shares the same beliefs as I do. I just want the best for everybody, regardless of your race or your sexual preference. Me personally, I just want the best for everybody. I don't want nobody to have to suffer. I don't want nobody to have to go through any of that shit. See, Gita, yeah, exactly. But see, they wouldn't do that. You know, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that. You know. So you know, it's just a blessing, I guess. Ian, I think it goes both ways. I think a lot of people are familiar with what we do in Kensington, but I still think there's a lot of people that don't know. There's still a lot of people, and that's all. In due time, we'll get there. We'll get there. Exactly, Lily. No, Justin, G-Dup is in Brooklyn. We'll get there. Exactly, Lily. We're the human race, and that's what I tell them I fight for. Even the people, listen. Even the people that go to counter protest, I tell them I'm fighting for your rights too, because if we was to get the call that your son was at the wrong end of justice, we'd be out there just the same. Just the same. Even the people that counter protest, believe me, even the people that counter protest, and they don't share the same views as me, if their minds were to change because God forbid something happened to their family, I'll be out there with the same energy. Because it's just the right thing to do. You know, it's just the right thing to do. So, you know, and maybe they don't believe that. Maybe they'd be like, oh, I'm just saying that. You know, I'll be out there with the same energy. You know, but, you know, I guess it sort of is what it is, and we just have to be patient, I guess. Lexi, what's up? How you doing, Lexi? Be patient. Stand firm, you know. Absolutely. Listen, that's what a lot of people don't realize is the majority of people that I come in contact with. Listen, I go all over the state and speak at schools all over the state of Pennsylvania, right? The majority of people that I come in contact with are young white people. The majority of people in Kensington that I come in contact with are also white people. You could check the videos. you know. So, like, I try to explain to them, look, I'm not fighting for black rights or white rights or Spanish rights. I'm fighting for human rights. Human rights, point blank, period. That's what I'm fighting for. Thank you, Tanya. I appreciate you. I truly do. You know, for equality. Exactly, Jesse. Exactly, Jessica. You know, I believe in it. And I might not see it in my lifetime, but I know we'll be a couple steps closer. And,
What?
you know,
What?
I know we'll be a couple steps closer, you know, to it. So, exactly, we're all human. You know, and it's never anybody's problem until it's their problem. You know, I remember when I first started doing the work I do with addiction, it was never nobody's problem until it's their problem, and then it's their problem. It's too late. Absolutely, Steve. 100%. The majority of people in Kensington aren't from Kensington. I would say like probably 80%. Yep, probably 80% of the people that are from Kensington, I mean that are in Kensington, aren't from there. Yeah, Shanna. Some people don't want to grasp the concept of equality. Some people just don't want it. Listen. I always say, and I'm sure you've heard this, that there's a couple different types of people. There's people that are ignorant because they don't know. There's people that are ignorant because they don't want to know. You know, and there's certain people that are ignorant because they're blinded. You know, not that they don't want to know, but they're sort of blinded. You know what I mean? Almost like the CEO of a building might not really know what's going on in the mailroom. You know, that type of thing. Oh, devil working overtime. Hell yeah, devil working overtime. You know, and that's why, absolutely. Listen, hate is 100% nurture. You know, there's nature. Nature is what we're born with, right? Nature is what we're born with. We're born to love. Who's somebody? I must have missed it. Exactly, Antoinette. Somebody's, you know, there's a difference between a fool and foolish. Exactly. Hate is what we're born with. I mean, nature is what we're born with. Nurture is what we're taught, right? So hate is nurture. We're taught hate, you know. Yeah, Steve. Absolutely, Megan. Yeah, some people like to live like that, man. You're 100% right. Some people like to live like that. It's the norm. It's what they know. It's their place of comfort. You know. Yeah, listen, the young people I love to see. I tell them all the time. Anytime I speak, I tell them, I say, be proud of yourself. Because when I was your age, I wouldn't have been able to do that. We would have, you know, that shit would have turned into a riot. I promise you that. He must be a troll or something. It's all right. Well, thanks for the view, Justin. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah. So when I was that young, I wouldn't have been able to do that. And my record speaks clearly of that. You know, I've been involved in riots in prison, all that stuff. So, yeah. Yeah, thank you, Justin. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks for the views. I appreciate you. And the comments, too, because you helped the algorithm. So thank you. Yeah. But yeah, Steve, that, you know, that's 100% true. Yeah, Samantha. And that's what I was just saying, how the CEO of a building a lot of times don't know the problems in the mailroom because they're so caught up there in the CEO's office. They don't know what's going on in the mailroom. That's why it's important to go down to that mailroom every once in a while, see what's going on. Because that's, you know, in the mailroom would be the equivalent of the streets. You know, that's where you really find out what's going on. Absolutely, we can't be stopped. Listen, if we was to all come together, we can't be stopped. Can't be stopped. Point blank, period. It just won't happen. You can't be stopped, you know. But unfortunately, you know, some people don't do that. Isaac, I was born in Brooklyn. I was born in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. Yeah, probably. Probably God's child. But I don't even think so then. If everybody was all rich, we wouldn't get together. I don't even think so then, because people would still struggle over power, right? I was going to say if people were poor, maybe we get along, but no, because people would still struggle over power. Exactly, G'd up, Brooklyn up. You know, people would find something to complain about. You know, you everybody knows those type of people that they just found something to complain about. Oh, listen, Jessica, at one point in my life where I had so much money, right? I had more money than I knew what to do with. And I was fucking miserable, miserable. I used to go and blow $10,000, $15,000 just to put a smile on my face. And I'd get home and I'd be miserable. I'd be like, what the fuck I buy this dumb stuff? You know, and I'd be miserable, absolutely miserable. 100%, Matthew. 100%. You know, so money don't fix your problems. That's the same way with getting clean. A lot of people believe that you stop using drugs, your problems will go away. No, that's not the truth. You're just gonna have to deal with the problems that cause you to get high in the first place. No, money can't buy you happiness. You know, not true happiness. I think it can. Yeah, money just gives you a little bit of freedom. That's what I believe. Money just gives you a little bit of freedom. Having money just gives you a little bit of financial freedom, right? If you have money, you could be like, okay, maybe I could take off today because I have a little bit of extra money. You know, things like that. Gives you a little bit of financial freedom. That's it. But with more money, you know, you got different type of problems to worry about. Shopping, of course. Who don't like shopping, right? Who don't like some retail therapy? I know I do. I love to go shopping. But I know it doesn't, yeah, no money, more problem. Yeah, true. Yep. You know, yep. No, Isaac, I haven't. I haven't. That's something that I definitely, once I get off parole, I'll be, I will be in December, I get off parole, and then I could travel a little more freely. Once I get off parole, then I can travel, and I will be going to different cities to do some stuff. You know, yeah, I love to listen. Who don't like to go shopping? It sort of feels good for a little while, right? And then you realize, all right, you know, whatever I was dealing with, I still got to deal with. That shopping didn't take it away. Yeah. You don't like to go shopping, cray cray? You know, I do sometimes. Most of the time I do. I enjoy shopping. I enjoy saving my money more than I enjoy shopping now. I'll tell you that right now. I do like to go and, you know, get my kids stuff and stuff. How much longer on parole? Yeah, I don't like to go shopping with Rachel. I'm off in December. December, I'm off parole. See, that's good, cray cray. Yeah, I don't mind going shopping, but I like to save, more than anything, I like to save my money because I've had times in my life where I had absolutely nothing. I had absolutely nothing. I remember when I was young, I had no money, no food, you know, nothing. Nothing. We used to sleep on the floor in the living room. We didn't even have a bed. So I like to save my money more than anything. And I also think for me, my favorite thing about having any type of money is that I realize that I can do more for other people, right? I can vote now, Steve. I vote every election I voted since I've been home. Thank you, Trevor. Love back to England too, brother. For me, if I have a good day at the shop, right, that I know, okay, this is yeah, right? You hear that? Then I'd be like, all right, this is extra stuff that I could do for somebody else. You know, that's what I think. Absolutely. I think we've all had that, right? We've all had that where we spent some money and then we needed it, right? We needed it. You know, that's always happened. Yeah, and I know that. Thank you, Heather Marie. I know that, and I'm a testament to this, that thank you, Rosaline. I know that the more I do for others, the more God does for me. The more doors that I open for others that can't do for themselves, the more God opens doors for me. That's just the way it is. I open doors for others, and you know, that could be something as simple as giving somebody some water. You know, it's such a small gesture. Such a small gesture. Every time we go to Philly, we buy a couple cases of water. Such a small gesture, but it means the world to people. Some people, yeah, Philly Bruja. See, and those are the crises. We all face those crises in life that teach us a lesson. For you, it was the crash in '98, right? For me, it was when I went to jail and nobody, not my family, not my friends, I needed like, you know, a couple $100 to make bail, right? Because I had just went and spent a lot of money on bills, paying my bills ahead of time at the time. And I told this story before, and nobody would give it to me. Nobody would give it to me. Me and Rachel had just got together. Any money that she had saved, she's like, all right, here you go. And I still needed the money, and nobody would give it to me. That was my crisis. I was stuck in jail for an extra amount of time. And that was my crisis. After that, I said I would never, ever, ever, ever rely on anybody else. You know, it's just the way it is. Wendy, what's up? Yeah. And that was when I realized, like, through that time, me and Rachel, we sort of was like, you know, rely on each other. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. Outside of that, we don't have to rely on anybody to do anything for us. 100%, Matthew, 100%. Yep. Y'all, it's 11:30. My notice just came up on my phone and my battery's about to die, and I'm tired. It was us, and it's us now. It's us now. It was us, and it's still us. You know. Yep. Well, I love you, baby. I'm about to jump in the shower and have a good night rest. I thank you guys for listening and letting me vent. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Say what's up, dog.
What's up?
Say what's up.
Daddy, I can get this. It's Minecraft Skyblock.
Oh, shit. Here we go. Have a good night, y'all. I thank you guys for allowing me to vent and listening and everything else. Thank you, Matthew. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you more than you know. Ooh, Mage is in trouble. All right. He snuck out of his bed. Rachel heard him. Oh, shit. She's seen him on the video. Mandy, have a great night. Have a good night, everybody. Be safe. Be kind to somebody tomorrow. Tell somebody you love them. Tell somebody you care about them. Tell somebody they're doing a good job. Tell somebody to keep working hard. I promise you, it'll be worth it. You know, it'll be worth it. Just be kind to somebody for no reason whatsoever. For no reason, and it'll be good.
Be kind to somebody, but them be mean to you. Do not be mean back, right?
Very good. Why not?
Because probably you're in school actually, and the principal is nearby you, and like somebody like punched you first. Do not start a fight, right?
Can I start a fight? Yeah. Yeah. You want to say good night to everybody?
Good night.
Tell them to say bye.
Goodbye.
Anything else? Everybody's saying gang, gang, and hello.
Hello.
Tell them thank you for being on the channel.
Thank you. Let's hit 10,000 subscribers, and let's get the diamond play button like right now. Right, Daddy?
You heard him. Let's get the diamond play button right now.
Like right now. Let's get a billion subscribers.
Yeah, he just made my night. Thank you guys. Have a great night. Be blessed. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And thank you guys.
Daddy, when I get my own card, I am buying this.
Are you? All right. Say good night.